is Doug Voss. I am the East Region Manager. So my role for Ingram Library Services, we divide the country up in an East and a West division. So I work on the East. I work with all the reps on the East side of United States. And I work with Lisa Deca. Lisa Deca is your outside sales representative. Lisa, did Michael join? Is Michael joining us? Michael
He
Whalen?
has he has another commitment. I think he may
Okay.
join in. So,
Okay. We have an inside sales representative, Michael Whalen, that is also a part of the team that will handle Swan libraries. So, Lisa, if you would put in chat your email address and Michael Whalen's.
mhm.
Michael Whalen, he will be handling school libraries as well as academic. So, Michael will be your contact for school and academic. And Lisa will be your contact for public library. So this session, what I thought that I would do is I have a short little slide deck to go through overview of Ingram, and then I'm going to go into our website and give you a peek inside of iPage for those of you that have not used iPage. Um, and like we said earlier, feel free to jump in with your audio questions. It's totally fine to just jump right in with a question, or you can post it into chat because this is really meant to be interactive and not just me speaking at and to you. I'd love to make sure that we cover everything that you would like. So, a little bit of history of me in my experience in publishing in the book world. I actually worked for Baker and Taylor before moving to Ingram Library Services, and I worked on the retail side. And when I moved over to Ingram Library Services, I worked on the retail side. Now I am on the good side, the library side. And there's just, I wanted to give you a quick overview of Ingram Content Group, our parent company of Ingram Library Services, and everything that we do because I think it's important on how it really relates to library and how it benefits libraries. So this screen is just showing you, hey, we work with all publishers. We work with the biggest publishers and we work with the smallest publishers and the indie publishers. We work with them all. On the bottom, those four logos, Ingram Spark. Ingram Spark is a division for self-published titles, libraries, academics, schools, they can publish their own titles through Ingram Spark. So I encourage you to check out Ingram Spark website, and it's very easy to get your book published and distributed. Uh, IPS, Ingram Publisher Services, is a program that's really for the retail market, but the library school academic benefit from it because we learn a lot from what is being pre-ordered on the retail side, which they pretty much pre-order, gosh, 6 to 9 months in advance. So we are looking at trends and hot titles that are uh, of interest. And Lightning Source, Ingram Content Group Lightning Source is our parent company for everything print on demand. So print on demand is very encompassing of many, many things. On the broad level, we're doing print on demand for the big five publishers, as well as self-publish. So there are titles that we will publish for the big publishers, as well as the self-published and small publishers. Our customers, hey, we work with American Library Association, but on the retail side, we work with bookshop.org, all the indies, Barnes& and Noble, Walmart, Target, the retailers, Amazon, you name it, we're working with them on the retail as well as the web and internet, any type of web store, we're working with them. On the library side, we work across the country with very small libraries, all the way up to the New York Publics, Cuyahoga, Cincinnati, all the big libraries. Small, medium, large, urbans, we work with them all. Ingram Library Services. Who are we? What do we do? I think what I always like to focus on for inventory is if you've not used Ingram Library Services, if you were former Baker and Taylor, maybe, and you're looking for a new book vendor. The biggest difference I think that you will notice right away is when you're on our website iPage is the inventory. We just have a very deep listing of titles up to the tune of 35 million that can go on order. 19 million are available pretty much in stock. And the way that we do that is both physical copies from the publishers sitting on the shelves in our DCs, as well as print on demand. You may order a current New York Times bestseller title today, and we print it overnight and ship it to you within a few days. So that's how we're able to really offer a very deep listing of titles. Due to the ability for us to print on demand. Print on demand we do in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. And we've done a lot of work in Pennsylvania and Chambersburg during the last few years, and that has been increasing the print on demand titles that we offer, as opposed to a lot of it used to be in Tennessee. And so when you place an order, some may be printed in Chambersburg, but the remainder would go to Tennessee. And during the last few years, we've made our full catalog of POD, print on demand, available in Chambersburg. So we've really been doing a lot of updates, upgrades to our DCs, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Collection development, we offer a lot of collection development services. So once I get to iPage, I will show you the programs and services we offer. I think that you should take a look at them, and almost all of them are free to you. So they could really help, hopefully save you some time in the selection as there are tens of thousands of titles every month. Our goal is to highlight, okay, these are the titles you should take a look at because we know that they will be circulating in the public library market. Speed of delivery. All right. Well, with the announcement of B&T last year, we had some slowdowns in the DCs. We are catching up. We're getting back to some normal times for book only in the DCs, and I expect that to be close to normal, probably by mid-February, maybe early February. Any of you that have accounts with us that have some delays in some of the DCs, we are getting back to normal. We've really done a great job of increasing the number of DC staff, employees, order pickers, processors. And before B&T made the announcement, we had basically doubled the staff in Chambersburg and added a lot in Tennessee. We do have 5 DCs throughout the U.S. You have a lot of options for DCs.
Doug, I
The,
have a question
yeah.
from Jenny Armstrong. She wanted to know if we give tours of the Chambersburg facility, especially, but facilities in general.
We do. And just schedule that with Lisa. And we just need to schedule that in advance. It's really awesome to see Chambersburg because we have new robotics. And in Chambersburg and also Tennessee, there's 2 different types of robotics. But Chambersburg, you will see the robotics that are there. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty impressive. So yes, we do tours. Just work with Lisa Decca on getting that scheduled. Um, this slide is a little bit hard to see, but this is just showing you where our DCs are. So we have one in Oregon, we have one in Indiana, we actually have 2 in Tennessee, and then we have Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. We are looking at adding additional DCs in the future, so stay tuned and we'll keep you updated on that. All right, programs and services that I think are some of the biggest ones that you can participate in and would benefit you the most. Um, I'm going to be showing you iPage in just a moment. There's a lot on iPage for you to utilize, but for programs and services, I would like to highlight one big one that we've added during the last few years, and that's called Ingram Express. And that is an account that you could think of it as a Amazon Prime type account with Ingram Library Services. You can order one book and we will ship one book. On regular book accounts for libraries, schools, academics, we typically are dropping orders in units of 15 to ship to you. So you're not getting slammed with one book, cardboard, cardboard, cardboard. So we're grouping them in a minimum of 15 units. Ingram Express, you can order one unit and it's going to ship one unit by itself. And it also opens you up to all of our DCs. So your regular book accounts have a primary and a secondary DC, and you are not able to order outside of your primary and secondary. So Ingram Express is just nice that if you see that there's a title in another DC that is not your primary or secondary, if you ordered it on Ingram Express, it would ship, let's say, from Oregon, and it's all no freight, it's free freight, and no fees. So please, if you don't have that on your account and you have an existing Ingram Library Services account with us, please reach out to Lisa and we'll get that set up. In demand is for those of you that do a lease program. We do offer a lease program, and I would just say schedule a meeting with us that we can go over that with you to give you all the details. I'm not going to be going over that with you today, but please schedule that and we can do that in the future. I curate. I curate is just everything collection development. So I'll be showing that to you on iPage. All right, we pretty much went over Ingram Express. Um, any questions on Ingram Express while I get some water? Nope. Okay. I curate. I curate is everything collection development. And so a new collection development program that we offer is coming soon. Those are great lists that basically give you an alert to the titles that will be circulating in the public library market. We used to charge for them and we no longer charge. So we have the traditional standing order program and those profiles, which are great. This is in addition to standing order profiles. If you don't have them, um, I strongly suggest you register for those, and I'm going to show you on iPage how to do that. iCurate Core, this is really if you are doing a total refresh of your library or a collection, adult, maybe adult fiction, we can create lists for you that would show you what you're missing and help you, bring your whatever your focus is on up to speed with current titles. I curate inclusive. This is a diversity audit for the library, and that is a fee-based. But we basically will take your collection and let you know how many diverse titles you have in each area of the library and give you scores on how you're doing. It also gives you a set of collection development lists. If you are lacking in any area, you could use the list to improve universe titles. In demand, this is just a look at our lease program. This is the image of a Mylar jacket with the in-demand label on the front. All right, I'm going to skip over to
Doug,
iPage. Yes.
can I interrupt real quick? There's a question about Ingram Express. Do libraries with very small budgets use Ingram Express?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And Ingram Express is used by the smallest of libraries. I mean, it can be a $3,000 a year print budget library, all the way up to the largest library systems in the country. So everyone is using it. And I would say probably smaller libraries use it more often than larger libraries, just because their print budgets are smaller and you don't have as many new pub dates publishing in a given week to push out titles. Yes, it's for everyone. Every size library uses it, but I think that it's probably used a little bit more for the smaller libraries. Good question. All right, so this is iPage, and by the way, if you do not have an account with Ingram Library Services, Lisa, did you already put your email address in the chat for them to grab?
Yes, I did. Michael and mine are both there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So just email Lisa if you don't have an account with Ingram and you would like to talk to us more. We can schedule a one-on-one meeting, or we can send you more information to get an account set up and give you access to iPage. So what we're looking at here, this is my landing page for iPage. And this is the home screen. And there's a lot here to go over. Really, what you can do is customize your home page. If you click here, you can change the background. These sections you can move around. You can edit all of these. I want to see Ingram Top Demand bestsellers, New York Times hardcover nonfiction. You can set this up to your interests. So when you're new to iPage, come here and just edit and change and make it your own. Um, there are some, promotions here from publishers, bulletin boards. Um, for the catalogs, edit, and you can choose your online catalogs to view. Ingram Wire publication date changes. There's a lot here, but really on this homepage, right here, iPage Academy, this is a great landing page for really short videos. So we have some of these 5 minute, 37 to 48, 5 minutes, as well as more in-depth videos. So some of these on-demand courses, if you were to click through, some of them can be an hour, hour and a half. There's an introduction to Ingram. There's introduction into using iPage, searching. If you use grids, fun codes, and you would like to set that up, there's a lot there. So, it's great to um, check that out. I always say, hey, always come here first. And also for iPage Academy, for some of those training demos, the videos, once you are 30 minutes into it ish, a continuing education certificate credit will populate for you to download if you use continuing education credits. So those are available on some of the longer videos, but they're just great. It's really nice there. But here, it's basically your account number. If you had multiple accounts, you would click in to change. And then right here, um, you're able to search for different, like we have gifts and sidelines and puzzles and crayons and pens and STEM. There's a lot here for you to, for libraries and schools. It's a lot of the children's and teaching and learning and STEAM and STEM and a lot for gifts and sidelines, music, video games. But that's setting your, what are you searching for? Here you can search for a lot of different, in a lot of different ways. I typically keep mine at just keywords, so I can do an author keyword or a title keyword. But over here, let me quickly just show you under my account change settings. This is where you can set up, hey, what are my defaults for a lot of the settings here? And this is where I am saying I want to use keywords in my search. But My account, change settings. I'm not going to go through all these settings over here, but there's a lot for you to make iPage your own. The database here, I will say, um, Ingram Extended is you would switch to this database if you search for an ISBN here and it came up with no results because it's searching for Ingram Active. The number one answer is it's out of print. And if you were to switch to Ingram Extended, it would let you know that it's out of print. So when you are on Ingram Active, you are basically searching all titles that you can order. Let's say that, so right now I'm looking at Ingram Top Demand, so Heated Rivalry, Game Changers is all over the news and they're in the top rankings. Let me just show you how you can order something quickly if you wanted to order it. So click on, in this case, I just clicked on it because I saw it on the home page. Or you could just enter in the ISBN here. But this is bringing you to the detail page of the title. Over here on the right, it's letting you know the inventory that we have on hand in Pennsylvania as well as Tennessee. And you'll see over on the right this calendar, and we will provide estimated arrival for these quantities from some of the larger publishers that give us that information. So we'll be getting another shipment of 3,500 units on February 16th. But this is where it just gives you a lot of information on the title. And it also lets me know if I have this title in another list. Before this session, I was just playing around and created a Swan February order cart or list, if you will, and I added this title to it. So when you are searching for titles, if you have any titles in a cart or list, it will let you know by looking over here. I'm gonna go to the next title on this list, and you can see the inventory here. And let's say I did not have it in that list, and I wanted to create a new cart or list. I can create it right here and just name it, and then hit create, and it will add it to that list. So now let's say you wanted to quickly order it. Over here, you have lists or carts, and I have mine default view of carts or lists to create a date. So it's letting me know that I have this new list that I just created. And right here, we can look into the cart or list and see what it is, and it's giving me information. And also right here, I can price this list and it's going to give me the discount for this title. So in this case, it's 40%. And if you wanted to place an order, right here, you'll see standard order. And you would enter, I'm not going to go through and enter the password, but you would enter your iPage password and enter a purchase order number and hit submit. And that's all you do. In regards to ordering, we also do EDI ordering. If you use ILS system, if you use acquisitions module, we are able to set up any type of fund codes, your custom mark profile. The custom mark profile would be created by going to my account, iPage account settings, and right here, mark setup. That's where you're basically setting up your on order records. So you can set up all of your 9XX tags and include any type of fund codes if you use acquisitions. Um, but that's really quickly going through placing in order quickly. But here's carts list. And since I'm here, let me also stock availability. You can click this and it will tell you which DC it will be. It'll show you all the DCs and the stock availability in each of those DCs. Um, And price this list we've already done. Download is where you would download a uh, on order record. So the default for an on order record is a custom mark EAN. You would just download it and save it, and that would be your on order record. Um, Here I also like to highlight it's great to have folders. So you can create folders for your carts and your lists, and they are user specific. So when you are creating a cart, it's only for you. You're just organizing for yourself. You're not creating a cart for the library or the library system, school, or university. It really is just a way for you to organize. And you can, after you've created lists, if you've not added them to any of your folders, you can move them. Also, Notify. And Notify is a great feature for just sending a cart or list to maybe tech services that needs to place the order for you. It's a way to share a cart or list with a coworker, whomever that may be, and they would get an email of the shared list and also an inbox. That other user, if they, the inbox will only show when a list has been shared with them, but they can always check their inbox. So let's say if it's the tech services acquisitions manager and they are the ones to order, the simplest, easiest way to communicate what a selector would like to order is to just notify and send it to them. And that acquisitions manager, all they have to do, they don't even need to check their email, their inbox, they of their email client. They could just come here to iPage Endless and the inbox, and they'll see anything that's been shared with them that needs to be ordered. So it's just a great way to organize. Lisa, is there anything that I am not covering that you wanted me to cover in regards to lists?
I don't think so.
Any
Um,
any
I don't
questions
see any.
from
Oh,
any
there's one
questions?
here now. Nope, no questions.
Okay. Um, Let me walk through and let me just see if there's anything else I wanted to highlight here. I think I'm good. Okay. I'm gonna go across the top here and just walk you through iPage and everything that's available. So, browsing by product type. Let's click on books. This is going to be a landing page that is organized in certain areas. So adult hardcover. If you would like to look at trade, mass market, or children's, it's a way for you to search by book categories. Also, gifts, games, video, all over here. You can also look at the BISAC groupings, the Deweys, click through, and it will pull up all the titles on iPage based on Dewey or BISAC range that you've listed. Ingram lists and picks. Let's go to bestsellers. So this is just going to give you a ranking of our bestsellers. Ingram Spark, these are all a lot of the indie picks and bestsellers that we're selling through print on demand. And then Ingram Top Demand hardcover, fiction, nonfiction. Over here, there's some, like, these are some harder books to find. Some of the big books, pop-up books. It's just a way for you to, top Spanish language, for you to come look at some bestsellers and easy to find here. You're basically setting up the database. I mean, I love nonfiction, so you're coming through and looking at the bestsellers for those areas. Um, all right, high interest categories. And let me jump over here to curated list because high interest categories is also on this. Um, Curated list, this is our landing page for everything collection development. And when I was mentioning earlier about coming soon and standing order programs and profiles. This is the landing page that you would get these set up and register for those. High interest categories, I'm going to show those to you in just a moment. These are lists that we post to iPage, and you don't need to, quote, subscribe to them. They're going to be listed on iPage all the time. These over on the right, you need to create profiles. And I'm going to walk you through that in just a little bit. But I'm going to go back here because I can also go to high interest categories from Browse. This is one of our most clicked on areas of iPage. I just think it's a wealth of information. Think of this as the future new release landing page, along with current bestsellers and top demand titles. So it's it is organized by adult, children's, and teen, and you have a lot of lists to choose from. So these like high interest title selection, these are organized by fiction, nonfiction, graphic novels, and by month. So it's this way for you to take a look at what is being published by month. Um, so large print, Latin, their social Spanish, subject lists, fiction classics, story time, true crime. There's a lot here for you to check out. Top library titles is basically a way for if you're doing a reading program and you're like, do we have the top biographies? And this is a list of 250 of what Ingram has for the top 250 biography. But you can see what's available if you're working on an area of the library or you're doing a reading and you really need to check out to see, do we have um, what are we missing? And the great thing about, let me just click back through here. I love the 600s. Um, I'm on my demo count for the library. You would see an ordered icon, and you would see an ordered icon, obviously, if you've ordered it. So it's great when you come to these lists. And also here, it's letting me know I have this in a selection list. It's in one of my coming soon selection lists. It will let you know if you have it in lists, but more importantly, especially for the top library titles, if you've ordered it or not. So it's a quick and easy way when you're looking for what you're missing to come to these and quickly see if you've ordered it. For those that are new to Ingram, there's a way for us to upload your collection to iPage in a few different ways that you would be able to see that right away. And I would just ask that you work with Lisa Deca on that, that we could help you get your collection viewable on iPage, for duplication efforts. Let me just highlight a few of the things. I really like this one too, the virtual book display. I mean, our collection, and by the way, let me say all these lists here are hand selected. They are not AI selected. They are hand selected from a collection development librarian. So they are choosing these titles and creating these lists. Virtual book display, I just really like these lists because they're ideas for you to do a display in the library. Now, I love cooking, so I'm going to click here for pop culture cooking. But the idea here is it's a combination of future new releases that you could order to refresh when they come in if you were to do a display. But also, you'll see these pub dates going back to September, August, July of last year. That hopefully you would have some of these already in your collection. So it's a way for you to do some ideas for displays in the library, and hopefully you would have some of those titles already in your collection that you could pull and resource. Awards noteworthy. Catch-up list, we created these. We had a lot of B&T customers that had some standing order programs that got canceled during the last like I think August, September, October, November. These are a lot of those lists that you could reference if you didn't get those titles. Awards, ALA, all the a lot of the awards are listed here. Best book lists, we list a lot of the best book lists here. Um, a lot here. Let me just see. Always available. These are titles that, um, if you are at year end and it's, let's say the next, June year end, and you have $50,000 left in your budget, if that were to be, happen. Uh, Always available. You could order as many of these titles as you would like. These are all the popular print-on-demand titles that you could order 5,000 units and we'd print them for you. So just a great way for you to see that any quantity you ordered, we'd be able to fill. Uh, any questions before I move off high interest categories? I just really want to highlight how amazing this landing page is because it's one of the most clicked on landing page for future new releases as well as currently in print. Any any questions on this before I move off this? Nope. The other one that I was highlighting in regards to collection development were standing order programs. So these are the traditional standing order programs. And think of it as this is just a profile that you are creating that you're telling Ingram and iPage, I would like to be notified when a new title is being published based on my profile. Okay. So in this one is the author adult standing order profile. And you would choose the authors that are important to you. And we do two programs. It defaults to report only, meaning every time a new title is added that meets your, is in your profile, we will create a list for you and deliver it to you. You also get an email. And it's just a report. We do not automatically order it for you. So it's there for you to know, and you can order it on your, selection list that you would like. Or you can do automatic shipments. This is the number one automatic shipment standing order program, the author adult, because if a new title is being published by your authors you put on this profile, it's 100% guarantee that you're going to order it. And uh, this is the number one program for automatic shipment. I will let you know that you'll see here apply grids. For those of you that utilize fund codes and grid codes for acquisitions, we are able to grid your list for you and deliver it to you. So when it arrives um, in your inbox and in your list, it will arrive here in the Ingram folder. Ingram folder is all the lists that we create for you. It'll be gridded. So the idea is that you don't have to do a lot of the dirty work. And so you could, in theory, download your on order records and then go ahead and EDI it if you EDI it. Or you could, of course, order it on iPage. Let me get back to the standing order programs. Um, so you can see all the programs that you can create a profile. The review alerts are really good. And basically, this is a way for you to create a profile of, hey, I would like to know of only starred book lists or Kirkus, um, or do you, let me create a new profile. So here is book list starred reviews, book list all reviews, or book list non-starred. You can create as many profiles as you would like. So you could create this as a review alert starred only or all, depending on how you do it. So you could create one for starred, and then you could create another one for non-starred, or you could have one for all reviews. It's your preference. But that's another nice standing order program that could help you is the review alert. So You can see all the others that are here. Let me switch over to the other one that I completely love and I just think is amazing, and that's I Curate coming soon. And these are lists that let me dig into adults. So for these lists, you are basically going to be telling us you would like a small, medium, or large size list based on the Dewey fiction or biography. And here's the profile. Let me just slowly scroll through this. And this is a profile I've already set up. Let me create a new one. So adult fiction, you would register for large, medium, or small. The adult fiction large is great that it also includes indie titles. So that's the only one that will include indie titles. Um, the large list for all of these. But let me just so you get an idea of, I'm going to scroll slowly. You get an idea of the list that you can register for. And if I'm scrolling too fast, just let me know. So the idea once again is you're telling iPage the size of the list, and these coming soon lists will cover titles that may not have been included in a standing order profile. Maybe it's a brand new debut author that you don't have coded in your best-selling author adult. And we know that it's going to be a big title and circulating. It will be on coming soon. Drop-in titles. It's just a great way for you to know what Ingram is alerting you to for the titles that will be circulating um, in the library market. Let me go to and show you. Let me pull up coming soon. Let's see here. So we deliver it on the first of the month. And remember, these are free lists, so there is no charge for this. Let me get to my favorite. Scroll through. Okay, adult nonfiction 600s. So for my January list as 102 titles, but I wanted to highlight something here. So this is a future new release title listing. And when you are looking at our list, you have a lot of sorts that you can use. And there's two that are most popular. So Ingram Demand is giving you the demand for right now, the rank order of the popularity, who is back ordering, how many back orders, what's the activity. And so it's giving you the rank order based on current demand. I really like for future new release only use this for future new release, the initial buy sort, because for this list of 102 items, this is letting me know that this title is the number one title that we have on pre-order for this list. So it's a way for you to see what is the ranking of popularity, if you will, for Ingram in a quantity on order rank. It's just a great way for you to see our ranking of what we're buying the most. Now, just know that as we get closer to pub date, as we're monitoring back orders, if in social media, uh, as demand grows for a title, you'll notice this ranking will change as well as we buy more titles. So just keep in mind future new releases that are April, May, June, they may creep up in the ranking as it gets closer and demand grows. So um, coming soon, you can access it by curated lists. Come over here, you would just enroll and then come back after you've enrolled, and you'll see this icon populate, manage my enrollments. and then you would just create these. Let me just really quickly show you teen. Let me just give you create. So for teen, you have teen fiction, teen graphic novels, and teen nonfiction. And for children, word books, picture books, easy nonfiction, easy reader fiction, easy reader nonfiction, juvenile fiction, juvenile graphic novels, juvenile nonfiction. All right. Uh, Going off curated lists, everything standing orders coming soon. Are there any questions in regards to collection development?
There's no
No?
questions here
Okay.
in the chat.
Let me see. All right. So under browse here, um, you can look at, let me highlight on sale date, Street Smart, and it's organized by adult books, children's, etc. And what is Ingram Street Smart? These are the titles that the publisher has coded Street Smart, meaning the street date is January 20th, 2026. And that basically means for a future new release, if you were to receive this, let's say this street date was February 1st. It basically means the publisher is asking you and requiring you not to put it out for circulation before the street date. Publishers pretty much are putting almost everything with a street date, meaning please don't put it out for circulation until the street date. Um, I've been in the publishing world for, gosh, uh, 20 some odd years. And um, when I started, everything wasn't a street date, meaning you have to hold it for the pub date. But it seems like almost everything is now. You can see under browse forthcoming. Forthcoming is everything that's publishing. So I'm just sorting my Ingram demand based on popularity, and I'm sorting for to see if I see any title that does not have a street smart date coded. And sometimes I will come across one, but as you can see, everything is coded. It just means that you have to wait until the street date for circulation. But it's also a way for you to do a search for upcoming new releases. So right now I'm on forthcoming titles. You can also do some filters on the left side. You can say, I want to look at the next 3 months. And then you can just sort of, depending on your sort, you'll just go to initial buy. And so James Patterson is for this ranking number one. Also under browse, Ingram catalog supplements. I think I preloaded some of these. Advance. So let me get to, all right, here's an advance. Here is one for graphic novels. So advance is the catalog for future new releases, and it's a way for you to look at the magazine online. So that is graphic novels. This is children's. So you can flip through and see what are the publishers really spending the advertising dollars on? What are the titles? It's just a way for you to scroll through. That is children's. This is adults. So they're all available online. And let me just also show you this. So this is the Ingram Advance. Browse current catalog. You can also click through to the titles that are in the catalog here. So if I wanted to only look at the cookbooks for those that are included in the future new release advanced catalog, it will take me right there. Um, Let me also show you under, once again, I'm under Browse, Ingram Catalogs and Supplements. There's a lot here for you to utilize for catalogs, but there's another one here that here's the Children's Advance. But let me show you this one. It's right here. This one, I curate connection. So this is our e-letter, and this is giving you updates on some upcoming programs, services, anything that the collection development team really wants to put in their newsletter to alert you to. So this is letting you know that starting in February, we are going to have some summer reading lists and select titles that are 50% off using a promo code on iPage. So come back and check out this newsletter in February. We'll have more information listed here. But this is also a great way for you to stay on top of. Let's go to adult programs for you, if you have standing order programs, hey, what are the changes? This is letting you know these are new author additions that we have made to the standing order programs. So you could come here and take a look and like, oh, I need to add Scott Anderson, right? It's letting you know all of the new authors, series, titles, depending on the profiles and programs that we're adding. I don't know if they have any deletions on here because they will also, I do not see any deletions. They will also add deletions. So if something is coming off our profile for whatever reason, and the publisher has notified us this series is no longer, um, we will put the deletion there. All right, let me go back here. Any questions on catalogs? I'm not going to click over here too much, but there's industry lists here. There's a lot of great lists for independent booksellers. You can see what rankings are for independent booksellers. IndieBound is a great resource for the Independent Book Sellers Association for you to take a look at. Due to time, we're at 2:55, and I have to jump off fairly soon. Lisa, you can continue what I do not finish. I have to go right around 3. But search, was there a question?
No, there are none.
Okay. Search, power search. You can search a lot of different ways. And if you wanted to search bisect subject, every title that is coded and loaded to iPage at the time of the addition to iPage is coded with a bisect. Deweys are loaded later as they get cataloged, but let's say you wanted to look at fiction titles and the power search, and you can also choose. I would only like to look at full text reviews or starred reviews, but let's just do a very quick and easy power search, and it's bringing up a lot of titles. Whenever you do a power search and you enter certain criteria, you can save your search. So why would you do that? If you are doing a search over and over and over and you're entering in, a lot of filters, save it because when I just did this one today, biography, and it's January to June 2026 titles. I can come back and run this. And the criteria is I want to know of anything that's publishing January through June for biographies. And the save search, when you go to it, will always pull in the new biographies that we've added. So right now we're at 5810. That will grow over the course of the time period that my search is through the end of June. So save searches are great because you don't have to redo the search that you've done. But just know that the power search is there. You can enter date ranges, next 3 months, so on and so forth. Boolean search, you can do and or not keyword. It's just a great way for you to do Boolean searches. Hard to find. If if you need to buy a used copy and it needs to be invoiced from Ingram, you can purchase those through hard to find. So I like to call that out. Curated list, we've already gone through orders, order status. This is just a way for you to check recently shipped. Uh, a lot of order information. You do have the ability to back order items and cancel back order items. So if you have items, books, titles that you back ordered and you no longer want them on back order, the great thing on iPage is you can cancel them yourself on iPage by going to a back order. Order status search. Find my order. These are just ways for you to search for PO numbers, order entry numbers, ISBNs, and it will give you a status on order. This is everything order status right here. And when you click on recently shipped orders, it's also a place for you to get packing slips. If you need a packing slip, you can you can get another email copy of your packing slip. You can also set up to always send you an email packing slip as a default for all your orders, and we can set that up. Under my account, open invoices. This is where you can look at all your invoices, open invoices, close invoices, any credit memos that you have, reprint invoices. Everything is there under my account. Anything else? This is just grid ordering. If you use grid templates, we can help you get set up with that. Reports. We do have an invoice report. That is for the prior month. It will be a report of everything that we invoiced you the prior month. Canceled items, items that canceled on the prior month, and open orders, anything that is currently open. So there are several reports for you to run and use. And then it exports into Excel. I think they're really nice. They're pretty good. It's a great way for you to utilize the information by data sort filter if Excel is your preference, which a lot of times it is for me. Um, Signing up for Ingram email communications and marketing materials, I do recommend you sign up for that because there's a lot of, we do not spam you with a lot of emails, but it's a great way for you to stay on top of new things that we are communicating with you. If you are not listed there, we do not send it to you. Um, I think that we've gone over pretty much everything. I have got to run to another meeting. So, before I go, are there any questions for me before I turn it over to Lisa?
There's nothing in the chat, so if anybody has anything that they want to bring up. Okay.
Okay. I would just like to say, please utilize us for anything that we can help you with. We are here to help you with your account. If you do not have an account with us and you are considering it, just reach out to Lisa. We would love to schedule a time to get together with you and meet with you one-on-one and answer your questions. But we'd love to work with you guys and help you in any which way that we can. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. It's been fun. And I will turn it over to Lisa and just
Great.
let us know how we can help. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Doug.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Travel safe.
Thank you.
I do want to introduce Michael Whalen. He is on the line with us. And Michael, we turned our videos off just because Doug was having some bandwidth issues, but you're welcome to turn your camera on if you want to just say hello. Michael is our sales specialist, and um, he joined the Great Lakes territory. Well, he joined Inside Sales a couple weeks ago, but he had worked in our Spark um, facility before. He had been, it's been with the company. I'm not sure, Michael, how long it's been. A couple months that you were with us, or longer than that?
Yeah, I started with Ingram in late September, and then I interned over at Spark and Lightning Source for about 3 months, and then I had a nice little 2 week break for the holidays, and then I came over to inside sales, and now I'm trying to learn as best I can.
That's great. That's good. Well, we are your team. So if there's any questions that you have, if it's setting up accounts, if it's wanting to learn pricing, if it's any of those things, just let us know. We can always do a targeted iPage training with you to go through specifics on building a list and learning those things. Doug was very clear about iPage Academy on the home screen. Great place to learn where, how to use iPage. There's also another place on iPage at the very bottom. So when we get you set up, if you're interested in having an iPage account, once we get you set up, we'll walk you through all those steps. So is there any other questions anybody else has? Okay, well, I don't see any other questions. Morgan, is there anything else that you would like us to cover or make sure that, that we're giving a highlight to?
I think you guys covered it all. It's
Okay.
very comprehensive. I think everybody really appreciates all the information.
Wonderful. Well, it was great meeting everybody, and we hope you guys stay warm this weekend, and hopefully we don't get hit in the Ohio area, but I know we will. It's winter, right? So we'll be prepared. Well, great. Our names again, our email and contact information is there. Please feel free to reach out. We're happy to help you. Okay.
And we will send out a recording of this later, and we can include that contact information there as well.
Great.
Thank you so much, Lisa and
You're
Michael,
welcome.
and obviously Doug had to go, but thank him for us too. We really appreciate all the information.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Yep, thanks, y'all.
Okay, take care.
And thanks everybody for coming today. Y'all have a great one.
Bye.